What's up? What's up? What's up, folks? I was a little indecisive wanting to come on tonight. I didn't book a guest this week. I didn't. I felt there was so much on people's plates going on with the election counting, craziness, all sorts of kooky going on. But I said, you know what? I want to come on. I want to come on and just be me and talk to the chat and see how people are doing out there. I'm really glad that things are going along in an orderly way. People's choices are being heard. Votes are being counted. No real nonsense is going on in the streets or outside these tabulation areas. So I'm glad. I'm glad for the country that we're doing this, that we're going to get it done. So big ups to people keeping their cool. Now, what happens after this? We'll see what happens. We've got to come together. We really do. So let me first give some shout outs. Uriel, good to see you, my friend. Christopher Hewitt. Once again, I believe he has seen every one of my shows. Thank you so much. This is episode 11. Rob Collects. Good to see. Who won the election? We still don't know at 9:03 p.m. when you've posted that. It's going good for me, Uriel. Thanks for asking. Gem Girl 1975. Good to see you again. Hey, what's going on? Buff Shaggy 069. Yeah, Poppy. That's right. Yeah, Poppy. Good to see you, J-Man 0520. Scotty Sumners. So you live in Washington at the summer, and you're the man. No, I don't live in Washington. I live in, funny enough, the state of Pennsylvania. Moved here about 3 years ago. So the state's a little busy right now. Talking up. What's up? The hotel's real. I know it's Realmer. Something like that. Buff Shaggy, good to see you again. My day began really crappy because I haven't had any sleep almost 24 hours. But it turned out better when I got to play Among Us with Jay. Also, this was the first election I got to vote in. Good. Good to hear, Buff Shaggy. Sorry you didn't get much sleep. Playing Among Us with Jay is always fun, as we know. And remember, if it's suspicious, it's most likely Jay. Just saying. How is the Commonwealth? We're holding it together. We're holding it together. Brian, wanted to show your stream live while I'm streaming COD. Oh, streaming COD. Duh. All right. Right on, brother. Right on. Andy Conda 513. Jason Sandoval, good to see you as well. Mr. Thomas Kanan, what's up, sir? Hope you're doing well down on the Gulf Coast. My thoughts for the recovery of people down on the Gulf Coast after being slammed multiple times. And now there's another, Eta. Eta is coming somewhere, probably South Florida. We're not sure yet. These hurricanes, man, we've had enough of them. Had enough of them. And here I am saying this. I'm up in Pennsylvania. We don't get touched by them. But the country's had enough of them. Totally. Retro Drimbo, good to see you. Aren't you supposed to see a doctor if your election lasts too long? Yes, that's erection, not election. You're gonna have to catch a doctor for an opinion. Man, this election game is going long. It's extra innings. We are in like inning number 19 of a 9-inning game. Some people wanted to call the game after 6 innings. Nope. We're gonna let this thing play out. So that's the American way. See it to the end. We don't quit. We're not quitters. So checking in from Cleveland. What up, Mike Travis from Cleveland, Ohio? We're not the less like the rest of Ohio. True, Cleveland is not like the rest of Ohio. Good to see you again, though, Mr. Mike Travis. Hope you're feeling better. I know you had a bit of a rough week this week medically, and I'm glad you're doing better. Yo, J-Man, it's my wife's birthday today. Can she get a shout out? She's sitting right here with you. Oh, well, of course. What's her name? Let's get a name so I can be proper about this, J-Man. What's the tasty beverage? Someone has asked. Brian Quinn's very own. Rub some horsemen from the wonderful borough of Staten Island, New York. I'm doing an Indian Pale Ale. When I get down to the central Jersey area, my mother lives down in that area, because it hasn't reached the Northeast Pennsylvania area yet. I stocked up on a bunch of the Amber Red and the Indian Pale Ale from Rub Some Horseman. Brian Quinn, Q, as he's known to the Impractical Jokers crew. I was there for their launch party last year of the beer, so that's what I'm drinking. Did I get a name from J-Man yet? Megan. All right, here we go. Hey, Megan. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan. Happy birthday to you. There you go. That's from your man, J-Man. Happy birthday to you. Hope it's a wonderful birthday. It sucks. Everybody's birthday this year is quarantined. So I hope you had a good time. Anyhow, hope J-Man bought you something fantastic. I hope he took you out to dinner, or at least ordered something cool in, or maybe even cooked you something for dinner. Yes, Tom, I will definitely bring some down to the wonderful Gulf Coast when I get back down there. The Electoral College does need to shit or get off the pot. Are there any sharks in the water? Thank you. Thank you, 10 Strip Official. I did enjoy my work in Vulgar. Very proud of that movie. Hello, J Dark. Good to see you. The last verse should be sung just like that, but it should be, I'm not even supposed to be here today. Well, I don't know about that, Buff Shaggy. Mine was the fucking 4th. Your birthday? Happy belated birthday to you, Tony Atwell. Then happy birthday to you. Thank you, Kyle Driver. Mallrats 2, don't know. That's in the hands of Kevin. We are not planning on shooting anything during this COVID stretch of days, months. So if it's to happen, it'll happen 2021. So look for us to get out there to film that as well. She loved it. She said, thank you. LOL, she's getting a new dishwasher. Ours has been out for years. Wow, that sounds so romantic, J-Man. For a birthday gift. 8BZ, hey, what's up? Hi, Brian. Do you look forward to hang out with you at the Yes, I look forward to going to the cons again once we get done with this COVID. Totally want to get back out on the road again. Trust me. I am so cooped up that it's crazy. Tim Daddy-O, hi, hope you're well. My friend is the Edmonton Oilers fan in New Jersey that has the cloaks. Yes, good to see you. First time I ever met you was in Freehold Walmart. Just wanted to say hello. Well, good to hear from you again, Tim. Justin Green, good to see you. Bob Corbeil, good to see you as well. Maybe Gil Hicks could make a return in the sequel. Well, we'll see. I haven't seen the script yet. It'd be funny to see where Gil Hicks would be so many years later. The dishes are done, man. What do you all play? I play a bunch of things. On Twitch, I've been playing recently with a bunch of people and of Jay's crew, especially of Among Us. Recently, I started blah, blah. Why am I losing my mind here? I was playing. Now I got to open up my Steam. I've been playing a bunch of things. I can't wait for the new COD. Call of Duty looks pretty good. We're all in a very uncomfortable place right now. Yes, like the back of a Volkswagen. No, I don't want to participate in a survey. Thank you. There we go. Finish. Righty. What was it? Yes, Serious Sam 4 I started like a week ago, and I've been working on that. So I talk with Jeff Anderson every once in a while. I'd say once every month or two. He's okay. He's doing fine. Thank you for asking. You got a group of playing Among Us now. More welcome to join. Thank you, Muscador. Maybe in about half an hour or so, but thank you. We'll continue with this solo kind of chat for now. G-Man wants to get in on Muscador's game, so there you go. Have I seen Mando season 2? No, I haven't. Funny enough, I literally binged the entire first season at my good friend's Thomas Kanan, who's in the feed on Facebook here, at his place down in the Gulf Coast. So I'm gonna have to work on that and get maybe make a trip down there just to watch it again down there. Diana is doing lovely. Thank you for asking, Thomas. She's upstairs monitoring the news and the world as it is. Found to be missing. Good to see you, sir. You are the best at Call of Duty, Rob collects. You know what? I believe so. Crisp here. Domenico, good to see you again, sir. All right, Uriel, I'll check that out on Discord after the show. So anyway, this week was weird and stuff. So I've just been occupying my time with leaf collection. Yep. Up here, where I live, I'm like up in the country, up in the mountains, surrounded by woods, and so tons and tons of leaves. I mean, literally tons and tons of leaves. They got to come up with some. It's probably out there. Some really good, lucrative way of harvesting leaves, like squeezing them into briquettes or something that a homeowner can use for a fire or something. I don't know. Because I have 70-gallon, like big vinyl tubs, collapsible plastic baggy type of tubs. And I have 2 35-gallon garbage cans. And I filled, so let's say for argument's sake, 4 70-gallon leaf holders. And we have in our own community, our own leaf dump at the far end of our community. And I must have did 6 trips of 70 times 4, 280 gallons, right? Yeah, 140. Yeah, 280 gallons times 6 or 7. A lot of leaves. Let's just put it that way. A lot of leaves. And I'm not done. That's literally like the front of my house, the driveway, the lawn part in the front, and with the one side. I still have to do the other side of the property and the back. And I'm just like, oh my God, this has got to be something done with these leaves. But it could be worse. Could be up in the Northwest or California where they take care of their leaf problem pretty quickly by just burning the whole forest. Yes, that's a good way to get rid of leaves. Just burn the entire forest. This is jokes. Don't come at me with, that's a horrible thing. I lost my home. No, I know. Dozens and dozens of people have lost their home, and I feel bad for them. It's just that my bitchingness about, leaves is just leaves. Why was every character in a Kevin Smith film that I played named Hicks? That is a good question for Kevin. I guess in the town of Leonardo, there's nothing but a bunch of Hicks living there. I think it's a bit of an analogy they have going on there. Hey, Frey Factor. Just got here. Hate coming in late on a conversation. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Just so you know, heads up, there's no guests tonight. I didn't book any guests this week because it was election week, and I knew shit would be crazy. So I didn't want to have to be bogged down doing research and doing my normal promotion. I wanted to concentrate that, democracy as we knew it didn't go to hell. So I just took a break. So this is just me riffing. We're going to riff for a bit. Maybe I'll play a couple of beats. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Good to see you, Anthony. Anthony Frischetti, one of the premier photographers in the New England area in the Northeast. Good to see you, my friend. Alan Legros from the Ottawa region of Canada. Good to see you, sir. Just a heads up. People were ready to jump that border into Canada. So now would have been the time to build your wall up in the Great White North. Use those plastic brick building things that you just fill with snow and build your wall with those. And then, maybe at the top of it, put curved hockey sticks and the blades of hockey skates at the top of it, like barbed wire, and then cement it all down with maple syrup. That's the Canadian wall, as we know it. So we'll see what we can do here. What's up from Central Jersey? I don't know, Ange. What's up from Central Jersey? What part of Central Jersey are you coming in from? Frey Factor. Used to love watching movies with my son until he at 3 called my wife a silly fucker. Wow. That's quite a mouth on that kid. Unless your wife is a silly fucker, and then kid's spot on. And at 3 years old to have that kind of awareness is kind of remarkable. Coming in from Edison and Woodbridge. Right on, my friend. I know that well. My mother lives in Old Bridge, so and I used to work in Edison and go to school to Middlesex County College there in Edison, so I know the area well. Alan says, our drones are shaped like geese. That's what those are. Canadian geese, I think they're pooping on my lawn. It's actually drones. 2-2-2. What's up, Tony Fiddler? Hey, from Atlanta. Good to see you. Hey, there we are. Look at that. I'm in your little icon there. It's me. It looks like me, Jay. Is that Shannon, Elizabeth, and Jeff? Right on. That must have been Richmond GalaxyCon for that photo. Good to see you there. Thanks for joining us, Tony. Metuchen. Yes, I know Metuchen well. Good that you're joining us. Hey, from Indiana as well, Buff Shaggy. Right on, brother. Yep, Richmond. Yeah, I could tell because Jeff Anderson's only done 2 shows outside of Detroit at Astronomicon 3 and GalaxyCon Richmond in March, just before the shit hit the fan. By shit, I mean Corona. That's right. The Corona was taken over. What do we have here? I've met Shannon Elizabeth about a month before the release of Jane Silent Bob reboot. Right on, man. Right on. Florida, what's up, sir? Good to see you, Par 1031. We got a question here from Christopher. What's your favorite role in the movies you started in? I started in great roles. You know, they're all really great films. They're all really great roles. It's like asking a mother her favorite child. In her head, there's a favorite child, but she's not going to tell others except the other children. I'm like, you know, Frank's my favorite. But so I would say, you know, look, I've played Dante the most. Let's put it that way. In the original Clerks, Clerks 2, Clerks the cartoon, popped up in Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, again in reboot. So if you're going to go for most played character, I'd say it would be that. Have I directed any? No, I haven't directed. And yes, I have considered doing so. I have a couple of scripts myself I'm looking to probably direct. I want to make sure I do it right, though. I don't want to try to jump into it without having everything lined up like I would love to. Lee Clips has joined us. I've lived in Florida before. Right on. Good to see you, Lee Clip. The Flying Car, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. And also in the critically acclaimed short, The Flying Car, which you could find on YouTube, I believe, as well. It's a very funny conversation between Dante and Randall as they're stuck in traffic on the Garden State Parkway, which just the other day before the election, a group of people following a certain candidate decided to block all the traffic on the Garden State Parkway, thinking it was a good thing for their candidate to show their support by blocking traffic. All right, I guess. It was weird because the Garden State Parkway, you don't need to do much to stop traffic on the Garden State Parkway. Like, seriously. What's the titles you have? I don't have any titles. I would say, look, I had the most fun, to be honest with you, shooting Clerks 2. And then the cartoon series is a close second, just because we got to do whatever we wanted. I mean, you know, Clerks cartoon, we've already made that particular Star Wars reference. Yes, that's right, Anthony. What do we have here? Mr. O'HalloRANT for Sheezy. I guess I should contribute, so I'm going to say I'm in the Mind of Madness is the most underrated. Yes, Method in the Madness, I think, is what you're looking for. Most underrated role after today. Any chance of getting an Eagles chant? Love you, brother. Howie, you know what? I am so out of like I used to be. I'm a Jets fan. I still am a Jets fan. But right now I'm leaning towards the Bills or the Steelers right now as my bandwagon option. Only because I don't know if I could, it's just something about Philly, man. I'm a New York Rangers hockey fan. So Philly, and I'm a New York Mets fan. So the Phillies, I can't get behind. I mean, I did play a role in a movie recently, Right Before Your Eyes, where my character is a huge Phillies Eagles fan, Eagles, as they would say, and led a chant in the movie for the Eagles. But I was being paid to chant. So yeah, I'm not going to chant for the Eagles, but I could find myself finding a terrible towel or eating a whole bowl or two of buffalo wings while watching a Bills game. And look, the Pittsburgh reach is not a huge stretch for me. As you saw in the original Clerks, I wore a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey only because I couldn't find my New York Rangers jersey the morning of that shoot. And when I got down to the store and Kevin gave me a choice of jerseys to wear, one of being the Devils, The other, I think, was Tampa Bay, and then the other one was Pittsburgh. I was like, well, no, I'm totally picking Pittsburgh because at the time you had Lemieux who and Yager, who they had really. I respected their game. This was before Sidney Crosby was part of the team. So that's why I picked Pittsburgh. There was no way in hell I was putting on a New Jersey Devils jersey because I'm a New York Ranger fan. Been a New York Ranger fan since I was a child. Thank you. Method in the Madness was a fun film. For those who don't know, Method in the Madness is a film directed by Jason Mewes, produced by some really great folks over in England. Had the last appearance of Stan Lee in the movie. If you get a chance, check it out. I believe it's on Amazon Prime now. So. I'll Vimeo you $20, and I'm asking for the chance due to our political win today more than anything. LOL. Promise I won't hijack this after a comment. No, there's one place that has me doing the chant on film. Take it from that film right before your eyes. That's also on Amazon Prime. It's the very beginning of the movie, so you don't even have to watch the whole movie if you don't want to. You get me there leading the chant. So. Because the only chant I have right now for my Jets is JOKE, 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 joke. That's right. I'm looking at you, Adam Gase. Your time is up too. We are counting the ballots on you as well, sir. And you are totally going to be gone by January as well. I guarantee that. So, God, at this point, that team is just selling off pieces. Anything that was a good piece, they're trading away. They're going to start from scratch. We're probably a good 5 years before becoming a contender again. I feel bad for our quarterback, Darno. When you got a good kid who had natural ability in the beginning and you put him in a system and don't protect him and have him the most porous offensive line there is, and the kid's getting sacked left and right. It's just not worth it, man. It's so not worth it. You got to pull a Cespedes and say, I'm out because of COVID. I'm sorry. I'm not doing this. So that is definitely a rant. Danger Girl AC. Good to hear from you. So I look forward to, at this point, I just look forward to the Super Bowl just for the commercials at this point. Like, I'll watch some games at the Jets just to see if something comes up. I mean, I know Adam Gase finally handed over the play calling to an actual offensive coordinator, and they got some gains out of that, little tiny gains, nothing great. So I see that the NBA Players Union has agreed to a starting date here in December. We just had the NBA championship. Congratulations to the Lakers and LeBron. Let's be honest, it's LeBron, man. LeBron knows how to bring it around. And not like basketball means anything to me either, because I'm a Knicks fan and they're awful. And I just can't go to the Nets. I just can't do the move to the Nets. Just can't. So until they get back their stuff in order, I don't see them doing anything either. Super happy to see you too, Furious Game Changer. The rants have begun. That's right. I'm living up to the title finally. See, I'm always trying to be polite to my guests and interviewing them and asking the questions that you as fans want to know. But this is what the rant's about. Talking shit. Things that are upsetting me. I can't wait for hockey to come back, man. That's my jam. That's the thing that's my drug, hockey. So I can't wait for that to start up again. I'm really anxious to see. You're a Cowboy fan, Preston. Yeah, bro. I mean, you guys are like the Yankees of the football. You guys spend, money's no object to you guys. And that I got to get down to Dallas just to see the stadium. I want to see what is it, $1.5 billion bought you there or whatever it is. And now I want to see the new LA the new LA arena for the Chargers looks sick. It looks like, one of the spaceships from Krypton. It looks really cool. Preds, all right. I respect the Predators, man. They're a good team down there, and I'm really nice to to see the fan base really come out for them. How'd the hockey team do this year? Well, hockey had the top 16 teams, I think it was, make the playoffs. When then there was a round robin. New York Rangers unfortunately got knocked out in their first round. But we were dealing with a couple of injuries and a few other things. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this year. I'm really excited to see how it's working. And Shaggy says, Shane Geekly Gab. How are you? I sent you a beat for an intro. Yes, sir. I will take a look I listened to it. It's definitely old school. I enjoy it. I'll send you more message through that a little later there, Shane, but thank you for the beat. It's definitely, funky drummer. You got to love the funky drummer riff. Buff Shaggy. Okay, let's see what we're working here. Whoa, nice. What are you saying? Something's going on over there. I don't even know what's going on. What is the most valuable comic you own? Now, see, I'm not a huge collector of comics. That's a big misnomer. I have friends who are huge collectors of comics, and then they would pass on to me what they like. So I wouldn't. I have a collection of comics, of rando comics. Nothing that's like, oh, this is graded 9.6. It is a rare one-off because they actually drew a penis on a character when they didn't mean to. Yeah, I don't have anything like that. And yeah, someone wants to know what are we talking about? Penis? What? Yeah, LA Stadium. Yes, right, Tony? A Krypton ship. And it's so funny. Here they are. They were like, oh, we're gonna make the most modern and Wi-Fi enabled and technology out the ass, and they can't get anybody in the building to start paying off that huge debt for building it. If they have let's just call it like a regular house. If they have a 30-year mortgage on that building, and their first year they can't pay any of their mortgage, and they have a huge overhead with salaries. But that's everybody, right? Jason Mack 08522 asks, did you go to the movie Chicago? No, I did not. I wanted to. I really was thinking about it because there is a direct flight out of Scranton, Pennsylvania to Chicago. Me and Ernie O'Donnell actually discussed it, thinking about going up there. Chicago is one of my favorite cities ever. I go there once a year on business. I have a circuit of, I usually stay for a week. There's a circuit of like 6 restaurants I go to in Chicago, in the River North area of Chicago, and always love it. So love the people of Chicago. I usually go in the month of March. Been there for a couple of their St. Patrick's days, which is nutty. I mean, I've done New York. I've now done Chicago. I've done Atlanta. Never done Boston. I know Boston gets pretty crazy too, but did not get a chance to do the movies in Chicago. Looked at a lot of the photos. Looked like a lot of people had a great time there. Really nice setup, how they had it there. They just announced for the great white north of Toronto. So Alan LeGros, if you're still watching, Toronto is getting the next movies. So for our neighbors of the north, by all means, go to that. Got a question here. How do you think the Mets will go next season? I don't know, man. I'm glad we have a new owner. I know he's a man who's not afraid to spend money, which is good. We have a couple of issues with people getting, surgeries and whatnot, and we see where we go from there. I know there's debates of a lot of trades going on there that I see on the talk radio and sports cable outlets of what might happen with certain grade A kind of players that the Mets currently have and who they would trade for. So now that it's official, we shall see what happens. Mr. Dave Madison, good to see you as well. I think we have this breaking news. Biden up by 27K in PA. PA is about to be called. Well, that's going to happen, but then the litigation happens, and then it's all like boo-hoo-hoo and whatever. So hopefully that does happen and see what happens. Mr. Dave Madison, for those who don't know, he produced a movie called Wit's End. We talked about it last week on last Friday with our guest Scott Schiaffo. You could check Wit's End out on Amazon Prime as well. Check it out. A real fun flick. Also, David does a fantastic job shooting the film during 2 gigantic snowstorms that happened in the Northeast here over a 4-year period. A love of a father trying to get back to his family, a really good flick. So check it out. Wit's End, you see it as his icon there. It's a good reach and a good film, especially coming into the winter months. I saw you guys in Red Bank. Awesome day. Thank you. Thank you, Jason Mack. Yeah, the movies in Red Bank was, that's a bit of a sweet spot for us because that's Red Bank for us. That's like our home field advantage. So join on board with that. That was a lot of fun to get people down there and have some cow tippers and hater tots and eggamoobie muffins and all sorts of stuff. Brian, you should call PA on this podcast. Beat the other medias to it. Ha! I am not in that arena, and I'm not going to pretend I am. Someone says, is it too much to ask for a president to step down gracefully? Well, you have to be president first to step down. And I don't know. I don't know if this guy ever showed that he was ever president in any presidential way. That's just me. I don't care what other people think on that. That's just me. Hey there, Brian. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Emmy. How have I been? I've been good. Haven't seen you on all week. I know what I've been up to. Been collecting leaves. It is fall, and I want to get all this stuff done before we start getting feet of snow up here in Northeast Pennsylvania. So I made it. I still have a whole other day of collection of leaves. So I've been outside because we've had a nice warm stretch of weather up here in the 70s, high 60s, low 70s. I'm making it sound like we're sunbaking up here. So I decided to get some of the landscaping done before it's too late and it gets too cold. And then we're done. You are very welcome, Mr. Madison. But we did make it to the Quick Stop finally. Oh, good that you made it there, Tony. It's a fun, tiny little shop. It's amazing. People go see it, and they go, man, you made an entire movie in this tiny space? Yes, we made an entire movie just in that tiny space. And soon, just a few doors down, Ernie O'Donnell built the new Smod Castle, which was supposed to open up this year, but due to COVID, we haven't been able to. It is a rehearsal. It is a recording studio that has an audience space of about 65 seats. Kevin will be doing shows at the new Smod Castle right next to the Quick Stop in Leonardo, New Jersey, starting next year, I'm hearing. I'll be down there, might be doing a couple of these O'HalloRANTs with an audience. So stick around for that next year. I'll also be hosting another show down there as well. So can't wait for that to open up. So if you know where the Quick Stop is, come back again and you can catch a couple of shows with Jeff and everyone else. I got another question here. Chris asks, what's your favorite thing to do on trips? Finding restaurants is a huge thing I love to do. And so I always, whenever I arrive in a new town or new city that I haven't been to before, I usually ask either the car service that's taking me to the hotel or someone from the convention who's a local taking me to the hotel. What's the jam in this town? What's the shit? What is the thing that I need to be eating? Like you go to Buffalo, New York, they're going to say wings. You go to Chicago, they're going to say, deep dish pizza, that type of thing. So that's the thing I like to do, find local, really great spots. Ming Chen is a master at this. He has like a recon team ahead of him that always gives him the heads up before he enters the town. And he's a big fan of, let's say, speakeasies, local breweries, coffee shops, yoga studios, you name it. He's always on point with that. So usually if I know he's on the same trip as I am, I go, all right, so what's the jam? Where are we going? Who we seeing? What are we eating, kind of thing. So it's always fun to see that. You're in Pennsylvania. I thought you still live in New Jersey. No, I moved out of New Jersey. Actually, I was in Staten Island, New York for a good 7 years. And then from Staten Island, New York, moved to Pennsylvania about 3 years ago. So, yes, huge change from what I've been around, but I like it up here. It's nice and clean, a lot of fun. So it's good it's just good to have a change of pace. I'm only 2 hours away from where I lived in New Jersey, 2 hours away from New York City. So it's not like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can still get to places. But when like the pandemic hit, we didn't really run out of shit up here because there wasn't massive amounts of population running to stores. So that's the one bonus of living up where I live. What's the word on Clerks 3? Filming release dates yet? No. Actually, what's happened now, Howie, is Kevin is going to do Mallrats 2 first, from what I've heard. And this is what I've heard from Jay Muse. And then Clerks 3 to follow afterwards. We were supposed to do one of those two this year, but of course, everything got canceled because of the COVID. So we're going to wait until everything clears up next year, hopefully, knock wood. And we can get filming on that. Can't wait. I know I haven't even read the script yet because it hasn't been given to me by Kevin, but I know the overall story as to where Kevin is going with it. So, hopefully, the fans will love it. It's going to be a fun ride, that's for sure. Thank you for asking. Preston says, can I get up in a Gatorade? LOL, sorry. It's all right. We're out of it because we're playing hockey on the roof. Hey, Mr. Boots, good to see you as well. A live audience, O'HalloRANT, great idea. Am I right, Anthony? You're going to have to come down and shoot it. That's for one thing's for sure, Anthony. I'm going to have you come down for that. Soup dumplings with Tony Maiello. Epic. That's right. See, up in the Michigan, Detroit area, soup dumplings with Tony Maiello. See, Springfield, Missouri, cashew chicken. What? Okay. I guess. Get here to Montreal, and I have a whole list for you. Well, see, that's the thing. Now, me and Scott Schiaffa went to Montreal for the very first time for both of us. What was it, a year and a half ago? We were in Plattsburgh, New York for a Comic-Con there. And on the Sunday, which was the last day, after we had packed up, we drove up to Montreal. It was the first time Scott Schiaffa ever been to any other country. And it was my first time going to Montreal. So we went up there and we found a place to eat. I had a nice steak dinner and some poutine, of course. And then we wandered a bit around Montreal. Didn't see any of the sights because we got up there late in the evening. And it was really just a test that Scott Schiaffa could get into the country because he had a bit of a mishap one time trying to get into a convention up in Cornwall, Canada, and his legal pass caught up to him, and through a clerical error, they didn't let him into Canada that trip. So we had that straightened out immediately by a couple of friends of ours, took care of that for us, and he got the paperwork straightened out and got able to get into the country. So it was kind of a test to see if he could get into Canada. He did, and everything's much happier for it. And we hope to get Scott Schiaffa to Cape, the Cornwall Pop Culture Con at some point in the near future. Do they sell Chuli's gum in Montreal? They did not, but the representative made it into Montreal. That was the big test to make sure that nothing would be flagged. And he was happier than a pig in shit when he got over that. So Emmy says, are we doing some Switch Sings tonight? Yes, I think I will be doing that a little bit later on this evening. I'll do an hour first of the O'HalloRANT here. And then when come around 10 o'clock, or a little after 10, we'll call it an evening on the O'HalloRANT. And then I'm going to go right over to my Twitch channel, which I'm still on, obviously, right now. But I'm going to sign off from the channels in of YouTube and Facebook, because I don't think the Twitch Sings translates over. So it would be, I don't think they'd be able to hear music or anything, but we can go over and do a little karaoke style Twitch Sings. I haven't done that since the last time I was on, so definitely we'll try to get that done. And yes, you're right, Anthony. Yay for Scott. Totally. Or a big zing, as Scott would say. Can't wait for the cons again. You and me both, Tony. You and me both. I mean, and I feel for mostly the vendors, the folks who, drive van loads of stuff to these conventions, set up days in advance their 10 by 10 or 20 by 30 booths, with T-shirts and handcrafted items or pop figures or, collectible toys. Those are the people I feel bad for, because that's a bulk of their businesses at these conventions. And so those are the people and also the charities, like the 501st, they raise money for kids in hospitals, and it's just also an outlet for us nerds, to be honest with you, to get out, dress up as a Whovian, or dress up, as your favorite Star Trek character, your favorite Star Wars character, your favorite Marvel or DC character, but also the comic book artists as well, where they get their commissions and they draw, unique pieces for fans. So that's what I miss most about doing the cons. That's another, I can't wait to get back for that, because I always love perusing the aisles myself. I usually get in there early before the main crowd. They open up the gates to the main crowd just to walk around to see what unique vendors have, without mobs of people all around the whole convention. So that's what I like doing. I always find something for Diane to bring home. She's not a big comic book nerd or anything like that. Usually I buy something handcrafted for her, either jewelry or some clothing or something like that she gets a thrill out of. So it's always good to see you. Pixel Protocol, GalaxyCon. Me and Scott and Marilyn just did GalaxyCon Live on the 1st, this past Sunday. And that was a lot of fun, taking questions from the audience there. And Patty was our moderator. So matter of fact, this weekend specifically was supposed to be GalaxyCon Minneapolis. We were supposed to be all in Minneapolis this year, this exact weekend, but obviously had to postpone because we're still in lockdown mode here. And until we can get that addressed, here we are. So far, my day's been good. Thank you for asking, Uriel. Really hoping that Rally 1 happens next year. I was so looking forward to it, but understand why I got canceled. GalaxyCon is pretty much going to roll over all of their shows to the next year. Whether they're the exact same dates is to be seen, but Raleigh is their most successful show, so there is definitely going to be a Raleigh 1 scheduled for next year. Now, once we get everything straightened out with a vaccine and distribution of a vaccine and, getting it ready for, everybody to have, which some people, some of the experts in the infectious disease and vaccine world are saying by the time everybody gets it, it'll be like second quarter of 2022. So it's a matter of how they start putting these things in priority. I'm sure that people like the elderly and immune compromised people will be upfront for getting the vaccine, and then people with underlying conditions, and then then regular folks who just need it after that, and children, of course, and it'll go from there. So we'll see what happens. Horror Hound. Yes, we were supposed to do a Horror Hound as well this year. So I'm hoping that that gets renewed for next year as well. So Brian Holland, I helped 3 Alarm Comics repair their window during the hurricane. Very good, Chris. Big shout out to the guys down at 3 Alarm Comics down in Mississippi. Those guys are definitely good guys, and I'm glad that they didn't get major damage. And if it was just the window, Chris asked Brian, "Who's your favorite celebrity you met at a con?" Ooh, that's a good question. They're all really good. I mean, I can't say like one was like, "Oh my God, this was just crazy." You know, Rooker is always fun. He's just a fun cat all the time. Will Wheaton, another cool dude hanging out with. You know, Sean Gunn is another great guy. You got people. Who else? Just really, there's just tons that I enjoy when I get to meet them. So, goatee for life, or technically a Van Dyke. A goatee would just be the bottom, and then there's the Van Dyke. Shut up, Wesley. Will Wheaton. Horror Hound Indy. That's where I met Shannon last year. I believe it was going to be either Indianapolis or Cincinnati. I forget which. I'd have to look back at my calendar what it was. Do you think NHL plays a season? Thoughts on Rangers for next season, whenever that may happen? We talked earlier in this broadcast about that, Tim. I think, yes, it will happen. There's debates on to whether December or January is the start date. But I think now that the NBA Players Union has agreed to December dates, I think that puts pressure on the NHL to follow suit and get some dates picked out. I'm excited for the Rangers' upcoming season. It's sad to see Lundqvist have to go. I'm a goalie fan in general. I have 4 jerseys upstairs with Lundqvist's name on it. I have Eddie Jockman as well as one of my goalie jerseys as well. So I'm a big goalie fan, but I'm very excited for our goalies that we have. I think they're the future, and this is the nature of the business. It'll be interesting. I'm definitely going to see what the schedule will look like, and we'll definitely want to be at either whenever the Capitals come to the Garden to see the Rangers play the Caps, and hopefully they'll put Lundqvist in the net. It'd be only proper respect. So I look forward to it, and once we hear from the NHL what they want to do schedule-wise, I'm totally on board with it. What's up, Captain Mike Sparrow? Good to see you as well. The guys from Clerks are pretty cool. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. It was Cincinnati. There you go. It was going to be Cincinnati. So what else do we have here? How do I get my new puppy to answer to me when I call her annoying customer? Don't call her annoying customer. Chris asks, if you do a OHalloRANT live, I would love to be a part of that and have thought on the OHalloRANT hats. You know, I haven't thought about merch just as of yet. I'm in the process of gathering all that stuff together and research together, and we shall see. We shall see what merch may come out of it. Horror Hound Cincinnati was supposed to be, that's right, it was supposed to be Kevin, Jay, me, Jeff, London, Rooker, Suppley, and Joey Lauren Adams. It was like a Clerks Mall Rash mashup. It was going to be mega on board with that, and it was going to be a blowout. So hopefully that's a good way to end COVID and bring in the new era by having that big together. Hey, I'm a semi-new to Twitch, but it's nice to see you on here. Broomstick 935. I am semi-nude to Twitch as well. So we're in this together. So thank you for discovering me. Please, for those, if you're following along, hit the follow. If you're on the YouTube, hit the subscribe. If you're on the Facebook, please hit the follow. Share with friends. It's gonna be interesting the next couple of months if we're gonna be still here, going on. What's going on? You never know. Brian Holland, why do you kill me in Among Us? You're one of the crewmates, I guess. Then that's the job of the imposter, is to kill as many people as they can or sabotage. So I'm not picking on you. If there's anybody who I'm gonna really gonna try to find and kill, it's gonna be Cupcake. So don't feel like you're being slighted, because as we all know, if it's suspect, it's Cupcake. So that's the way I roll with that. So don't feel slighted, Uriel. That's for sure, because we also got Captain Sparrow in here and Treymock and other players who I've killed at least once. But most of the time, I'm a crewmate, and everybody loves to kill me first. So that's the problem with that, is they love to kill that person, because they want to say, "Hey, I want to kill Dante."
Fuck! I'm not even supposed to be here today.
And then they all laugh. Ha ha ha. But it is what it is.
What I tell you two about dealing in front of the store? Now drop the kid and peddle your wares someplace else, burn boy.
That's what I say. Am I right, Danger Girl? See? Thinking I'm picking on people. I don't pick on people. If you're near me and no one can find me killing you, you're going down. Jay is sus. Yeah, from times Jay is sus. It's funny, though, because I've watched him play a few times, more than I've played with him, to be honest with you. And you can tell when he gets all kind of like, hey, what's going on? What? No, I was talking to my chat. That's when you know he's an imposter, when he's all like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. That's when it's a little suspect. PC or console gaming? More PC, Mateo. More PC. I have the newest console I have is a PS3. All right. So I'm more of a PC guy for my gaming. It's just, having the time to do it. But now, since March, not being on the road has given me obviously more time to do stuff. Bunch of savages. Yes, they are a bunch of savages. So PC is the way I go for the gaming question. Have I gotten in touch with any of the organizers of the event? Well, there are certain, my agent who books our convention gigs, same agency that books Jay and Jeff and Maryland and Scott. They keep us updated as to who's moving to when, what dates. So hopefully we can get more and more stuff going on there. Next week's episode will be Friday the 13th. Will it? Now that I think about it, you're right. So I'm gonna have to come up with some new some kind of spooky Friday the 13th kind of guests. I'm gonna have to think about that now. Now that I have a week to think about that. Well, actually, I have only 3 days to think about it, because I have to promote it. So we shall see. We shall see. When Jay is quiet and agrees with everyone, he's definitely an imposter. See, Sparrow, you're starting to figure it out too. Nailed him. Wah, wah. What? Yes, that's right. ZSC Entertainment is the agency that books us for appearances. That's the best way. ZSCentertainment.com is the best way to find out more information. They also represent Michael Rooker, Sean Gunn, Batista, tons of great people. So more Serious Sam 4. Yes, I need to do some more of that. Yes, Alan, get into if any game, get into Among Us. Among Us is hilarious because it's played with other people. It's just really funny. You get to find out how people love murdering you and then blatantly lie about it. And you can't say nothing about it. It's hilarious. That's right. The guests this week are you guys, the OHalloRANT fans out there. That's right. So it's good. It's always good to see good fans and good people to just hang out with. And there we go. Just turn that off. Whew. Well, this went really quick. Just talking. How quickly things just go. Oh, that's a good one. OHalloManiacs. I like it. You got to capitalize the H, sir. You got to capitalize the H. Otherwise, I like it. The OHalloManiacs. I'm gonna have to think about that. Maybe get that started. That could be like different, especially for the people on Twitch. It could be the different tiers of subscriptions to get up to the OHalloManiacs. Although it sounds more violent than they are, because everybody here is really cool. Whew. There we go. The OHalloManiacs. Almost sounds like a toy. Like GoBots. Yeah, but which ones are the hollow wackos and hollow yackos and Ohalo dots? I don't know. That's very clever. Danger Girl, I love it. Or a brand name, that's true. Sounds like an elite crew, yes. And coming from the Gulf Coast, everybody knows having a crew, especially in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. I can start my own Mardi Gras crew of the OHalloManiacs. Oh, hello, it's RANT. Hee hee, yeah, I like that idea. That's not bad. That's not bad. Or a band. True. True. Jim Girl. I'm a wacko. That's funny. So haven't been in many other movies besides Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. I know I've been in a few others. Stephen Mena has a great collection of movies. I was in a really fun, since we just have had Halloween, a movie called Brutal Massacre, a comedy. Really fun time. I was in M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening. I was also in Wit's End, David Madison, which we discussed just earlier. And a few others. You go to the IMDb, it'll give you it's a pretty accurate list of what I've been involved with. Did a couple of voiceover episodes of Pokemon, so Pokemon as well, and a couple of other Japanimation shorts, cartoon series, Joe versus Joe, and a few others. So hopefully, we also had Monsters Anonymous short film, produced and directed by Jeremy London, where I play Dracula in that. It's a very cute comedy short film. You could catch that on YouTube as well. Here you go. The Ohalo people. See, now that makes me think of Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children. the hollows when you say that. Right before your eyes. Yep, that's the one. Well, that movie, man, touches a lot of people. A lot of people who either have been in recovery or in recovery or have parents or loved ones who are struggling with alcohol addiction. If you get a chance to see it right before your eyes, by David Vincent Bob, a great film shot in the Philadelphia area, Southern Jersey, Philadelphia area. You can catch that on Amazon Prime as well. So definitely check that out. Well, I'm gonna swing this over to Twitch. So for those folks on Facebook, for those folks on YouTube, if you want to come on over to the Twitch side of things, you're going to want to go over to Twitch TV/Brian C. O'HalloRANT. If you want to follow this O'HalloRANT series on Facebook, there's your address there. Facebook.com/The O'HalloRANT. YouTube/C/The O'HalloRANT. Twitch.tv/Brian C. O'HalloRANT. Twitter.com/The O'HalloRANT. Instagram.com/The O'HalloRANT. Well, we didn't get to talk to any guests, but you guys were my guests. Hopefully by this evening, we can have some decisions made about where the country is going. Hopefully everything is peaceful. Hopefully those who voted for their candidate who may not have won find a way to put aside differences, because in the end we're all Americans here, and we want our democracy to be the leading democracy here in the world. I think we want peaceful transfer of power, if that's what it's come down to. I think we want the economy back up, and I think we want this COVID to be treated like it's supposed to be, an infectious disease that has killed over 220, if not 230,000 people, and has infected millions around the world. And until we get a hold of that, listen, if this disease attacked male penises like immediately, shit, bro, we would have had a fucking serum, a treatment. We would have had like money for every guy there is to get it cured. But because as soon as you attack the penis on this planet, all of a sudden we need to find ways to fix things. But because it wasn't like that, because it was kind of played down as if it was nothing, we took our time, and we didn't respect medical advice or science for that matter. So anyway, that's another rant. There you go, another mini medical rant. I got to have logos now, like he's on a rant. He's on a medical rant. Here comes a sports rant. Like have a referee blow the whistle to start the clock on a sports rant. Or have, have a picture of the Speaker of the House gaveling in the House as I get on a political rant. Or a picture of me on a soapbox. So that's what I can do. I can get my 3D printed model of me and find a soapbox to put it on. Like get a box of whatever soap, Dove or Ivory or whatever. I'm like, oh, O'HalloRANT's on a political rant. Look out. God help us if I get on a religious rant. Did you catch that? God help us that if I go on a... Yeah, you heard it. You heard me. No, you heard me. Antibacterial rub. Yes. Yes. And I like this one right here. H21. If you get a chance out in your stores, grab it. It's on Amazon. It's in Marshall's. H21. See what it says there? Let me just get that right. Calming lavender. Because that's what I need. Anything that's infused with something that says calming. It's kind of what I need. Calm down. Here's some hand sanitizer. It's got lavender in it. Ooh, lavender. Makes me want to sleep. Irish Spring. That would be perfect. J Dark, you just picked the soapbox. I will have my 3D character on. Irish Spring. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh, when Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. Irish Spring. Brian O'HalloRANT's on a rant. Am I going to be in the new Mallrats movie? I believe so. I remember when he was first starting that whole process a couple of years ago. He asked me to be a part of it. It would be kind of wasteful or kind of insulting if he didn't follow through with that request. So I'm looking for it. Puts the lotion on its skin. Or he gets the hose again. What's my favorite beer to drink? I don't know. Maybe there's someone out there who wants to sponsor the OHalloRANT for the official drink of the OHalloRANT. Tonight, though, I was drinking Brian Quinn's Rubsome Horsham IPA. Brought to you from the wonderful borough of Staten Island, where the hops and the barley are grown. And no. The only thing that comes out of Staten Island that's in that beer is the water, and that's New York City water. So that's one of the best waters you can have. Otherwise, it's a good one. Their IPA is good. I also have a couple of 6-packs of the Amber. It's another good one. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should call up Brian Quinn and be like, yo, how would you like to sponsor a silly streaming show called the OHalloRANT? What do you think, huh? Think you want to be a part of that? You want to get on this train called the OHalloRANT? I mean, what are you up to anyway? Pulling pranks on people? Come on. Actually, he reached out to me. He said, hey, man, I would love to be a part of the show. And I said, okay, let's do it. He's like, all right, I got to check my schedule. So we'll see. Bush. You out of your mind, sir? I wouldn't even polish chrome with Bush beer. Bush. You might as well have said Rolling Rock. Bush beer and Rolling Rock. No flavor. No flavor at all in there. I don't know how they get to qualify the title beer on Bush. I know it's half of Anheuser and Bud. I like Bud rather than Bush. No, sir. Don't like it. Water? I've never heard of water beer. Does it taste like water? Cheers, Mr. Anthony. Peels. Yes, now, I've had peels once. It's okay. PBR, I had a wicked night down in Nashville where we had PBRs. And then in San Diego in 2015, I think it was, 2011. That was, I had picklebacks. Have you ever had pickleback shots? Pickleback shots are a shot glass of dill pickle juice first. Like literally the pickle juice from dill pickles. And then you shoot down. What we did was Jameson's whiskey. And we did like 11 of them that night. We cleared out the hotel bar that we were in, went to another bar that one of the locals knew to go to. They had their kitchen staff go out and buy another jar of pickles just to get the juice. And then we finished the night with tall boys of PBR. Now, here was the thing. You would think, what? 11 shots of Jameson, you must have been absolutely hammered after. No. The pickle juice, there's something in the electrolytes of pickle juice that I had really no ill effects the next morning. So it was the weirdest thing. But the end of that night, I have a photo somewhere on my Instagram where it's all the tall boys of PBR because that's how we ended everything that night. And so, yeah, Picklebacks. Not to be confused with the Canadian band Nickelback. This is Pickleback. Yes, pickle juice is a savior. I mean, that's what, back in the 70s, I remember football players and wrestlers used to drink pickle juice to help with muscle tightness. And it does. That's where Gatorade was founded out of. It's kind of that same kind of cocktail, so to speak. Then do Sal and Murr and Joe after, but only we can see their other instructions. True. I would definitely. Ugh, crazy pickle. Ugh, yes. Pickle juice is a savior. Utica Club, but really anything cold. I've never heard of Utica Club. And I'm not far from Utica. I'm only a couple of hours. Flying Dog, and you're Irish, so Jameson was literally the replacement of milk when you were born. Yeah, pickle juice. Don't pickle juice me. All right. Alan says, Pickleback sounds like a shot glass full of tears after being forced to listen to Nickelback for 8 hours. Oh, poor Nickelback. I do like that Photograph song. Just saying. Pickle fucker. True. Here's a callback to Clerks 2. Thanks for the food, pickle fucker. Pickle fucker, played by the great Jason Lee, who is most likely going to be in the Mallrats 2 movie as well. I would hope so. Have a mini keg of Breckenridge Christmas beer. All right, now I've had Breckenridge. So what's the Christmas beer? What has it got? Like cinnamon in it, or what would you? Eggnog? Yeah. I'm not an eggnog type of guy. Not at all. Where is he now? Jason Lee? Jason Lee was recently in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, but he's gone off to do an amazing career in photography. He has 3 or 4 collections of his photography. He traveled throughout the United States. I think his latest book is about cruise lines and stuff. So if you look up Jason Lee photography, he's got quite an eye, and he's got those. I'm not a photographer in the sense that I know what these are, but he's got the kind where literally it's like the accordion kind pulls out, and he puts in a big slab of film in it. You know, if he had the gunpowder, he'd be like, it'd be that kind of photography. And so he's got a great collection of photograph books, you know, like coffee table type of books. But he's also had his prints sell in galleries for quite a bit of money. So that's where Jason Lee is now. All right. I've been saying it for a while. I think I'm gonna finally do it.
What the fuck are you bitches babbling about?
I know, Jay. I know. We're just, yes, large format. That's right, large format. She would know. She worked for Canon at one time. So I'm going to switch over to Twitch. So for my Twitch fans who are following along, I'm just going to sign off here for the lovely folks. and then make my way over. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight on this solo edition of the OHalloRANT. So please stay safe. Wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer when you can't wash your hands. Wear a mask. 6 feet distance. Stay calm, folks. Let the system play out. Let the votes be counted. Let's get this going. Let the transitions, if it's going to be a transition, happen. Big shout out to all the poll workers who worked the polls. I know that sounds dirty, like all of a sudden I'm thanking strippers. I want to thank Cinnamon and Jasmine for working the polls. Or Polish people, as a certain person tweeted. Anyway, a big shout out to all the people in the election mechanism that were there, letting people vote in the safety and the manner in which they did, be it via mail, be it in person. I did it in person. I had about an hour and a half wait. Got there. The polls in Pennsylvania opened at 7 a.m. I got there just about 7 a.m. It was about 33 degrees outside, but I bundled up, waited my turn, put in my vote. And so now we're just waiting to count all the mail-in ballots. And once that's done, see where we're at. So big ups to all of y'all. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Danger Girl. Christopher Hewitt, thanks again. Thomas Kanan, thank you as well. Mr. Anthony Frischetti, thank you. Boomstick 935. Brem Experience, good to see you as well. Eduardo Acosta, sir. Yo, you're catching me towards the end here. I apologize. Angel Face 420. We love you too. Mr. Alan Legros, I hope to catch you soon in the Great White North, sir. I always love it up there. And you especially treated me like a king. That whole organization at Ottawa Comic Con treated me like a king. So I can't wait to come back there once we're all in a normal world. Eduardo Acosta again. Bootleg 317. Uriel, we'll see you in a few. Sir Dickel, good to see you as well. Christopher Hewitt. Who else we got here? Thomas Kanan, of course, sir, anytime. Slim Jace. Howie, good to hear from you, my friend. Captain Mike Sparrow. Tony Fiddler. C Triumph. Who else we got? Jay Dark, once again, happy birthday to your lovely girl. Justin Green. Muscador. Trey Mock. MEF04. Eric Wilkinson, good to see you, sir. Gil Hicks, too. As Gil or Dante, haven't seen the script, sir. Hope to see it in the next year, most likely. And it, to me, either or. I mean, I'd love to see where a Gil Hicks would be right now. J-Dark, I said. Lee Clips, thank you again for joining us this Friday. All right. It's starting to repeat itself, so I'm going to go back down. I'm going to move this over to Twitch. For those who want to join me on Twitch and any of the other channels, that's the best way to find me. This is the OHalloRANT. These are my Brian C. O'Halloran social addresses right here. So if you want to follow me on the Twitter, on the Facebook, or on the Instagram, those are my personal accounts on those media outlets. So please follow, subscribe. Coming to you from the corner of my lower level of my basement with my swag and collections from all over my travels. I want to thank you guys again. Love you guys so much. Thank you for spending some time with me here for the show. I'm going to move over to Twitch. We may do some karaoke over there. May play some Among Us. Maybe I'll play some Serious Sam 4. Who never knows? You never know. You just never know. We'll see. I'm gonna get me another beer in the meantime once I switch over. Yeah, karaoke. Twitch sings. I'll be doing some of that. If you haven't heard me before, you're in for a treat. Thank you, folks. YouTube, Facebook, thank you so much. Twitch, we'll see you here in a few minutes.